So recently I've been trying something which was way outside my comfort zone in order to grow my business fast. And in this video, I actually want to share my lessons with all of you. It's not enough to just do your work and hopefully it will grow. You can do a lot more than you actually believe. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about selling something high ticket. In other words, more expensive. Now, for those of you who know me, obviously my name is Wilco the Kreij and I've been selling stuff online for, a long time. Currently I'm focused on growing and scaling up viral. And over all these years, especially if you've been following me, you know, I never, my most expensive product ever was $1,000 a year subscription. I never sell something, for thousands of dollars, for example. It's always been for example, with our SaaS platforms, a couple $100s a month. And the real honest reason why that is the case, if I look online, there's so many people that, again, are crushing it because they have something what's called a high ticket backend, right? Which means that, out of every pool of clients, there's always a percentage of people that want more. Like, for example, if you sign up to a viral, currently, you will need to do it all yourself. It's a platform. We provide all the training, provide the resource, provide all the help. So by the way, if you wanna grow your list or you wanna get more leads virally without having to spend more on ads, definitely check out Viral. But you do need to, even though we give you all the support that you need, but in the day you do need to do it yourself. And out of every pool of clients, there's always a group of clients that just want more. They want more service, they want more handholding, they want to get it done for them, or whatever it might be, right? That's why a lot of businesses, they rely on this model where there's there's a stepping stone, a value ladder, as Russell Brunson calls it, where you have your front end offer and then you got your middle ticket offer, which for us, we have a front end offer, we have our middle, but we never done a really high end, high ticket offer. Honestly, because I had limiting beliefs about it, right? It's way outside my comfort zone because I don't know whether it's in our culture, but being a Dutch guy, I hate selling, right? I love marketing, but I absolutely hate selling. And in my mind, how do you get someone to pay thousands of dollars, never seen your face, without, in my mind, I had to sell, essentially, right? And I don't want to do that, right? I want to provide a service, I want to help out our clients, and that's really what I'm passionate about. But at the same time, I'm also passionate about growing my business. So I decided, I'm going to go for it, right? So recently, I did exactly that. I created my first quote-unquote high ticket offer, which, by the way, I think is a terrible thing to call it like that because it seems hey, all you're doing is charge a lot for something, but it has to start with the value, right? And I decided to go for a coaching offer, which I normally don't do, but I get a lot of people asking for it, right? Because one way to increase the value is intimacy and provide one-on-one guidance and support in order to help them grow their business. So the thing I'm going to sell is I'm going to help out a small group of people, only if they're actually a good fit, my way of experimenting with a high ticket offer, while at the same time having fun with those people, actually helping them grow their business more intimately. And it was an easy way to do, right? Is we don't have to first of all build a year of a new product or something technical, with a lot of SaaS things, things take time, right? We didn't have to do that. I could actually spin it out really, really quickly and start this new program for a while. And you know what? I'm so happy I did, because where we priced it at was $5,000, right? But I had certain ground rules because I only wanted to get people in that I thought would be a good fit, that I can actually help out, because otherwise, it feels I'm just taking their money and but they're not getting any value out of it. So that was the first starting point that I had before even going into this experiment. So then what we did is essentially send out an email to our email list, literally just telling people about this very thing. Hey, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna help some people, small group of people. If you wanna get in, you can apply, right? So that way we can actually make a selection. And during this whole process, I actually learned a ton. And the very first thing is that it was actually not as scary as I thought it would be, right? Because I'm for those who know me personally, I don't like being on calls. For this particular experiment, I also knew I needed to be on a call. I didn't want to outsource that to someone else. I wanted to go to the experience myself. So I wanted to do the quote-unquote sales call myself. And it was actually not as scary as I thought it would be. So that was my first lesson. But then the second, and I think the most important lesson probably, was that for years I thought I'm not worthy of charging more, or it was not possible, or whatever limiting belief I had, right? And the biggest lesson I learned is that it is possible. Not only is it possible, but the crazy thing is, people were literally thanking me to allow them in. They were thanking me for allowing them to spend $5,000, which seems crazy to me, right? But like, that's really what happened. That's honestly what happened. People were thanking, like, oh yeah, and thank you for letting me in. And I thought, like, it would be hard to do that, to get people in, right? But we had to literally say no to people because I think they weren't, I believe they weren't a good fit, or they weren't the right timing in their business, right? Wow, and that really changed my perspective in terms of, you can literally charge whatever, as long as the value holds up. But there's always a percentage of clients that want that thing that you have. So that's probably been my biggest lesson in this experiment. And the third lesson that I had is like, you don't actually need to sell. I realized like, you should not even try to sell, because if you're trying to convince someone, like, that's a terrible thing to do, because what will happen is that they'll buy something that they actually don't really want, and then they don't actually do the work, and therefore they wouldn't get results, right? So instead, we position it completely different. It's like, we're very upfront with what we offered, who we help, who we do not help, what the actual thing is that we do. And then we actually had 2 calls, right? So the first, someone on my team would have a call with them just to confirm and check if they're actually potentially a fit, because some of them, they just applied and it just wasn't a good fit. So then by the time I got on a call with them, they were already vetted, right, to some extent. And I then wanted to vet a little bit further to see if there was a fit, a connection right there. And like, the thing is, I did not need to quote unquote sell. I was really just like asking questions, letting them do the talking. And I'm sure there's people who are like disagreeing with that. I'm sure there's people like who are hardcore in sales mode. But to me personally, I don't want to run a business which is like hardcore salesy. So to me, that was also another eye opener, that you can actually get higher value clients in without having to do all the salesy stuff that I think sometimes goes hand in hand with that. And then the fourth lesson is that, this is something crazy that I even mentioned it as a lesson because I've had so many people say it and I had to sort of like experience myself, is that you get way better quality clients if you charge more, like way better. Like like literally I had a ton of fun. Like, it was so much fun to work with those people, and the amount of focus and the amount of work that I put in, they actually really did their job, right? And I mean, for those of you who are in the online world, you also know that from like 1,000 clients, there's a lot of people who just buy stuff and then don't actually do the work. Like, they say they do, they say they want it, but like they don't really do, right? And with this product, like where we charged more, we got way better quality people. We got more fun people as well. They were hardworking. They were like really like the type of client that you'd want to have. So that was definitely another big eye opener as well. Way better, more fun clients to work with as well. And then number 5, the 5th lesson is that, especially with higher ticket sales, with something which is more expensive, your branding, your positioning, your relationship with your audience is key. Like, of all the people who joined, none of them said like, hey, I just found out about you yesterday, so let me just buy your stuff. I'm sure it happens. Like, I'm the type of client myself who can just, get to know someone real quick and like, hey, you provide something I need, let's go for it, right? But most people, they actually invested in this program because they felt there was a connection already, because they saw my content, maybe here, like you're watching it right now, or in some way, shape or form, like they already trusted me and my business. And therefore, I believe that's one of the reasons, important reason why I didn't have to quote unquote sell. The relationship was already there, and it's super important to just put out good stuff, provide value to the marketplace, be gracious, be continuously good in what you do, because over time that will, that reputation will build up, and that connection with your audience will build up, and that is something that will help you get way more clients in, plus also way better clients, without having to do all the salesy stuff. So yeah, that's essentially what I learned. It was definitely a fun experiment. I'm not quite sure yet in what shape, way, or form I'm going to do it, but I'll definitely do more high ticket sales because I love the intimacy with clients, like to have a select group of people to lift them up even further. Plus, obviously, is in terms of a business model, having a high ticket on the back end can really increase growth as well, because it makes it more easy to attract new clients affordably, using paid ads if you have a high ticket offer in the back end. Plus, it increases profitability as well. So, if you haven't considered high ticket, I definitely encourage you to. And if you are not doing high ticket because of any kind of limiting belief, then rewatch this video and hopefully that will help you out. And with that, I hope you have an amazing day. Cheers. All right, cut, we're done here. Let's wrap it up. Oh, well, sorry, you're still there. Well, in that case, thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to my channel where I share marketing tips, tricks, and strategies that will help you grow your business faster. So you can click on the subscribe button right now or check out the next video. Either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.